Hello, everyone. This is Rockies 2018 Stratomatic Week in Baseball. Today, we will recap 2 out of 3 offline games against the Chicago Cubs and 2 out of 3 offline games against the San Diego Padres. All right, Game 21 was played on the channel with a fantastic finish. This was Kyle Hendricks against John Gray. Please watch it. It was a fantastic game. All right, second game of that series was Yu Darvish against Tyler Anderson. Tyler Anderson, Mr. Anderson. Okay, we go to the top half of the third inning with no score. Bodie with a leadoff single, Darvish with a sacrifice bunt, and then Albert Almora Jr. Yeah, get used to that one, boys and girls. RBI single, 1-0 Cubs. The Rockies come back with a vengeance in the bottom half of the third. Gerardo Parra singles, and then Chris Bryant playing right field misplays it, and Parra ends up on third with 1 out, and Charlie Blackmon knew what to do from there. Base hit, Parra trots home, and we have a tie ball game. After an Arenado pop-out, Trevor Story walks, and then Ryan McMahon, 3-run homer. Rockies lead 4-1. The lead would last until the top half of the sixth, with Anderson still pitching. Chris Bryant with the leadoff home run cuts the deficit to 4-2. Anthony Rizzo with a double to follow. And then with 2 outs, Addison Russell with a single makes the score 4-3. And then Bodie with a base hit ties the game at 4. And then we go to the top half of the seventh. This is Jake McGee pitching. Almora with his third hit of the game, a leadoff double. And then Javier Baez with a single puts runners on first and third. And then Chris Bryant lifts a fly ball, and Gerardo Parra loses it in the lights. And it's a 2-base error. Scoring is Almora and Baez. Actually, no, Baez would go to third. That puts runners on second and third. After an Rizzo ground out and a walk, that would be it for McGee. Adam Ottavino would get the final out of the seventh. The score would be 5-4, and then the Cubs would play Insurance Man in the ninth off of Mike Dunn. Leadoff triple by Rizzo, and Wilson Contreras with a RBI single puts the Cubs ahead 6-4, and that's your final. Almora had a fantastic day, going 4 for 4 with a walk, reaching base 5 times. McMahon hit a home run. That's about the hitting stats for the game. Pitching stats. Looks like Brian Dunsing will get the win. And Brendan Morrow pitches a scoreless ninth for the save. And the losing pitcher is Jake McGee, as he gave up the 5th run. All right, the third game is Jose Quintana against German Marquez, and this was a dandy as well. Going to the bottom half of the first with 2 outs, Nolan Arenado says goodbye. 2 outs, solo home run. The Rockies lead 1-0, but it wouldn't last because Anthony Rizzo came up in the leadoff the second, and he hits the ball out of the ballpark to tie the game at 1. Rockies come right back in the bottom half of the second. Chris Iannetta with a leadoff walk. He goes to second on a Dahl ground out. Goes to third on a Desmond single. And then German Marquez, who legitimately hit 300 with 68 at-bats, doubles home 2. And the score after 2 is 3-1 Rockies. But once again, the Cubs played anything you can do, I can do better. And they did the third inning better than the Rockies did the second. A one-out double by Almora, followed by a double by Baez. Javier Baez. A single by Bryant moves Baez to third. After a walk to Tommy La Stella loads the bases. Kyle Schwarber with a 2-run double. That makes the score 4-2 or 4-3, sorry. They would expand the lead in the fifth inning. The Cubs would. Leadoff single by Baez. A walk to Bryant puts runners on first and second. Anthony Rizzo reaches on a fielder's choice, and Tommy La Stella with a sacrifice fly. The score after 5 is the Cubs 5, the Rockies 3. The Rockies would chip into the lead in the 7th inning. DJ LeMahieu with a one-out solo home run, and that would be it for Quintana. And Steve Cishek, who sold seashells by the seashore, finished off the 7th inning without further damage. And then we go to the bottom of the 9th. Morrow trying to come in for the save. You got the first 2 outs, and the matchup that Rockies fans want in any 9th inning is Nolan Arenado versus anybody. And Arenado goes deep again. 2-out solo home run, and we're going to extras. However, not long in extras, because in the 10th inning, with Jake McGee pitching, not great. Walks Rizzo, plunks La Stella, and then a base hit by Schwarber loads the bases, and then Victor Caratini with a sac fly puts the Rockies ahead 6-5, and then the J-Hay kid, Jason Hayward, not a kid anymore, base hit. Actually, no, base hit. Sorry, the single would have scored Rizzo. The sac fly scores Caratini. That made it 7-5. And they brought in Brian Dunsing because they didn't want to use Morrow. They've already used Morrow, and Dunsing was the only one with the closer rating, and it almost cost them. Leadoff walk to Iannetta, goes to second on a David Dahl single, and then Ian Desmond scores Iannetta and puts runners on the corners. They brought the infield in, and Tony Wolters pinch hitting for the pitcher. Grounds out the third. Nobody scores. Ryan McMahon playing first base, and he grounded out the second. And then the last hope, DJ LeMahieu, grounds out the back to the box. Dunsing throws the first and breathes a sigh of relief. The Cubs win 7-6 and take. Well, I won't tell you what they took, but yeah, you probably will know once you watch the game if you have already watched it. The win goes to, I guess we'll say, Morrow for pitching the 9th. Yeah, and then Dunsing gets the save in the 10th. McGee gets the loss. Arenado with the 2 home runs. DJ LeMahieu, of course, adding a home run. All around fun game. All right, so the Rockies homestand continues with the San Diego Padres coming to town. And Brian Mitchell faced Chad Bettis. And the Rockies strike first, although this would be the only time they would strike. A leadoff single by DJ LeMahieu. A walk to Charlie Blackmon. Walk to Arenado, loads the bases. And then David Dahl with a 2-run double. 2-0 Rockies. After Trevor Story struck out, Ian Desmond with a base hit. 3-0 Rockies. Ryan McMahon walked to load the bases, and then Tony Walters with a sac fly scores Dahl. 4-0 Rockies, and then it slowly starts to slip away. Top half of the second, Carlos Asuaje with a leadoff walk and scores from first on a Freddie Galvis double. He slid in safely at the plate. And that's the score after 2 was 4-1 Rockies. Got a little closer in the third inning. Brett Myers reached on catcher's interference with 1 out. Goes to third on an Eric Hosmer single. Then Jose Perella scores Myers with a double, putting runners on second and third. And then Asuaje again with a sacrifice fly. 4-3 Rockies. They would meet their demise in the 7th inning with Jake McGee pitching. And they got the first 2 outs, but could not get anybody. Actually, no, this is still Musgrave pitching. And then the second inning of work, got the first 2 outs, but couldn't get anybody else. Singled by Eric Hosmer, singled by Perella, puts runners on first and third. A wild pitch scores Hosmer to tie the game at 4. And then Asuaje again with a double. That's a 2 for 2 with a walk and a sacrifice. Good day for him. 5-4. Brad Hand pitching the scoreless 9th gets the save, and the Rockies lose 5-4. Let's see here. So Craig Stamen would get the win. He got the last out in the 6th. Let's see, make sure this. No. Actually, Robbie Erlin gets the win. He got the last out of the 7th. Stamen pitched the 7th and 8th. And then Hand pitches the scoreless 9th for the save. This would be Musgrave will get the loss because he gave up the lead in the 7th. All right, the next game, the Rockies looking for retribution. Let's see, this was... Get the first name, Eric Lauer, I'm sure no relation to Matt, and Kyle Freeland. A good back and forth game early. Manny Margot starts the scoring by singling in the first inning. Goes to second on a Franchi Cordero walk. Double play ball moves Margot to third, and then Jose Perella with a 2-out double puts the Rockies up 1-0. However, this would almost be a repeat of a previous game. Nolan Arenado with 2 outs. See ya later. And it's 1-1 tie. However, the tie would not last very long because Freddie Galvis would lead off the top half of the second inning. And the Padres went ahead 2-1. They would go ahead 3-1 when Franchi Cordero took Freeland deep. And after 2.5, it was, or actually 3.5, it was, or 2.5, yeah, it was 3-1. DJ LeMahieu with a 2-out homer in the third made it 3-2, and then the Rockies took off from there. Bud Black must have given him a heck of a speech because in the 4th inning, Chris Iannetta with a leadoff walk, and Ian Desmond with a 1-out 2-run homer. 4-3 Rockies. they'd go ahead 6-3. Arenado and Iannetta with RBI doubles puts the Rockies ahead 6-3. The Padres would get a run on an Austin Hedges home run. That was kind of inconsequential. Made it 6-4. But the Rockies put up 3 more in the 6th inning. Adam Simber pitching in starting the 6th. Back-to-back singles by Ian Desmond and Noel Cuevas. Puts runners on first and second. Ryan McMahon struck out. Actually, that's right. Okay. So, yeah. Ryan McMahon struck out and DJ LeMahieu struck out. And then Charlie Blackmon with an RBI double puts runners on second and third. And then Nolan Arenado follows with a double. That puts the Rockies ahead. A 2-run double by Arenado puts the Rockies ahead 9-4. They'd add a 10th run when David Dahl goes deep in the 7th. Brooks Pounders and Jake McGee finish off the game for the Rockies, who win 10-4. Freeland went 6 innings to get the win, and Lauer pitched 4 2/3, gets the loss. All right, there is still one game to play, and this game will be played on the channel, hopefully within the next couple of days. Tyson Ross and John Gray will face off in the final game of a 3-game series. All right, everybody, if you like what you see, please hit that like button. And if you have not already subscribed, please do. Hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell icon. You'll be notified of any new videos. And this is TribeFan879 here saying, that's it for Rockies Weekend Baseball. Whatever games you are playing, PC, video games, or cards and dice, may your games be lively and your games be good. Have a good night, everybody.